go. Fabulous. All right, good evening, everyone. I'm just going to do some recognition. You will have to excuse me. I've just literally got back from Vegas. I'm a little bit sleepy. I've got fish, so I'm all right. I'm there. I'm good with it. So I'm just going to do the recognition first, and then I'll get into the training. So I just want to check if there's anybody that hasn't put anything in recognition. Can you just pop it in the chat for me? In case I miss anybody off when I'm reading it out. So I've got Jess Brownwell on 500 PQV. Amazing. Joelle Woolley on 500 PQV IC bonus part 1. Emily 500 PQV, and she's also sponsored new consultant Jem Pavey. Fantastic. Our amazing MVP Danny Wells and her DM bonus, and AM bonus, all whilst in Vegas. Amazing, Danny, well done. Emily is about to go into AM qual as well. I don't think she's quite there yet, but she's literally a smidge off. So I think she'll be there, if not tonight, by tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. Is there anything else that I've missed off, or anybody else that's got any recognition they need to put on for their team or anything? If not, pop it in the chat and I'll do it right at the end. Okay, so what I'm going to do tonight, obviously I've just literally got back from Las Vegas, which was absolutely incredible. Anyone who's on the call that's been, I'm sure will agree, it's just been completely mind-blowing. Hectic days, but so worth it. So what I'm going to do, I thought I'd go through some top tips really for why you need to go to these sort of events and why you need to try and make yourself go to the trainings and things like that, because you just get so much out of it. So obviously GTC is the main global training conference in Las Vegas every year. It's my first time there this year. I think it's quite a few people's first time. I can't recommend that enough for your business. I've come away with so many ideas of things that I'm going to do and implement over the next couple of months. It's going to take me from here to here. It's absolutely incredible what I've learned and what I've got from it. I think if you are able to go, you definitely need to go. The atmosphere there is incredible. The speakers that you have on stage, we had Dana Collins talking, we had Peyton Scheibner talking, we had Rachel Hollis, she was absolutely incredible, came on stage dancing. We had lots and lots of MVPs on there, Camilla Eves, we had, I'm trying to think who else, there were so many of them. They've been doing the business, some of them for years. Dana Collins has obviously been doing it for years. Some of them haven't been doing it for very long, so they've all got a very, very different story. Listening to all of them, you get something from everybody, and I think the more people that you hear things from, the more you get out of it. And I think there was something from every single speech, from every single MVP, every single RVP that spoke, I got something out of from every single training we had. I know Jen said to me this morning, well, yesterday morning as it would have been now, what did you come away with? And there's just so much of something from every single training. So the more you hear people say these things, the more you get. Obviously, we've got our AAC in September. If you haven't got your ticket for that yet, you need to grab your ticket for that, because that is the event now in the UK. So if you've got yours, pop it in the chat for me. Danny's got hers. I've got mine. I got mine at the beginning of May. My birthday was the 1st of May, so I thought, perfect. That's my birthday present to myself. AAC ticket. It's going to be my first AAC this year. I've never been. So I thought, well, how do I train on AAC? Obviously, I've not been there before. So at the airport this morning, I was picking people's brains on what was good about AAC. Obviously, it's like GTC, but on a smaller scale. And it's more intimate because it's the UK training. I believe we've got, have we got other countries coming as well? Do people from other countries come to ours, or is it just British ones, just UK ones?
Poland have got their own one.
Yeah.
Canada's got their own one. And Australia and New Zealand have a combined one together.
Yeah.
But some people can choose to fly over. Like, we can go to like Australia's one if we want, or Poland's one if we choose to, but it's a predominantly British thing.
Yeah. So what I've been obviously told with AAC, because I've never been, I can't say, oh, it's amazing, but what I've heard from people is it's like GTC, it propels your business. You've got speakers again that are going to be absolutely incredible. Last year I think Rachel Hollis was there, and you're going to have RVPs talking. You'll probably have some areas talking as well. And area managers are to hear their story. If you're a district manager and you want to go to area, you need to hear an area manager's story to know where you need to be, so where you've come from and where you need to be. If you're an area manager going for region, you need to hear the regions talk because you need to know where you're going to be. I went to District Manager Day in Oxford in February, which is where I actually signed up for GTC on the wait list, because it blew my mind so much. I thought, if I've got this from one day in Oxford, what on earth am I going to get from 3 days in Vegas? So that was what prompted me to actually sign up for it. Now, the District Manager Day, we heard from a lot of area managers, and obviously going to that day, you have to be a district manager, hence the reason it's District Manager Day. Or above. So if you're a district manager and you're thinking, I need to go to area, you need to hear from area managers. You can hear from regional vice presidents, national vice presidents as well. But the area manager is your next step up. So if you're wanting to promote to area, you need to know how they got there. You need to know how to get to region, obviously, but area is the next step. So you've always got to know that next step. So I'm obviously a new area manager, so I'm now needing to be listening to area managers who've been doing it for a while to know where I need to get to now step up to region. So I'm interested in area managers that have been area for a while and regional vice presidents in particular. So District Manager Day is obviously February time, so that won't be until next year now. But I can't recommend these things enough, honestly. I got so much out of that. I had a notebook with me and it's full, absolutely full of top tips. We heard lots of area stories. We heard from regional vice presidents. We heard from Nicola Wills, who was dancing around the stage with the huge baby bump in heels that were literally like that. Incredible to hear it. And you come away with so much energy. It was the same with Vegas. I've come away with so much energy. So again, area manager retreat. I wasn't able to go on that this year because I wasn't quite an area by then. So I was booking Zinzu this morning at the airport saying, right, what was that all about then? And similar to district manager training, obviously it's now a step up to area. So you're an area manager, so you want to get to region. So you need to know what's the next step, what am I aiming for? And that's the big thing with these days. You hear from people that have been where you are now. So you've heard from people that have probably lost their area, got it back again. People that have lost their region and got it back again. It does happen. We're not all perfect. Sometimes these things happen. These things happen in your personal life. You might lose your region, you might lose your area, you might lose your district, but it's how you then get that back. And it's nice to hear from people, I think, that have been through experiences like that, because you know that it's possible. If you were to lose your area or your district, you might think, oh my goodness, I failed. But if you've heard from someone that's done it and they've built back up again, it proves that you can do it, and it's absolutely fine to do that, and there's no shame in it whatsoever. Again, guest speakers, you've got a whole community as well. So you've got people with you that have been in your position. You've got social things in the evening where you can all get together and have a nice meal and have a nice chat and just get to know each other. The thing with Vegas, I've got to know people so much better just going there and hanging around with them in the day and in the evenings, sitting with them in training. You don't always talk to some people because they're in your sidelines, they're in different teams to you. But I think going somewhere like District Manager Day, Area Retreat, AAC in September, GTC now, you get to talk to so many more people, which is brilliant because you hear, again, more stories. That's what it's all about, hearing stories from people that have been where you are and where you need to be. So the other things that I would recommend going to, product trainings. I went to a product training in February and we got to hear all about the new products that had come out, the True Hair Shampoo it was at that point, and the eyeshadow palettes. And oh my goodness, that was the eyeshadow palettes and the shampoos blew everybody away at that training. It was, I think everyone got so much out of that, and it was a really lovely intimate day. The hall was full. It wasn't loads and loads of people there, but there was just enough people that you've got something and some experiences from somebody who's done the 30 days plan, somebody who's used the body cleanse, somebody who used the fighter sport. There was lots of things that I learned that day because I've not been in the business very long myself, so I'm still learning. We've got in the chat, what were the best Vegas trainings to get to area? I think one of the ones I got most out of them was Rachel Hollis basically saying, don't worry about what people think of you. And also Peyton was a really good one, I think, because she described how to post things and keep it real. Don't post things with a filter on. Don't post Instagram things that are not your life. You want people to see what your life's like. So if you're going for area, you need to say, this is what life is like as an area manager. Be that area manager and say, right, I'm an area manager. This is what I get to do as an area manager. And put things on that are real. You need to keep yourself real. And also hearing from the MVPs who've just worked so hard at sponsoring. Rachel Hollis said, obviously, try and speak to 1,000 people, which sounds a lot of people, but actually, if you're messaging and messaging and messaging people, it just comes naturally. And the key is sponsoring. That's what we got from everybody. The key is sponsoring, being in daily activity. Ashley Strong was a really good one as well. I would say to get to area, because she was very much on, it's grit, it's determination. You have to keep going, even in days when you think, you know what, I can't be bothered. You have to keep going. You have to keep doing it. The more you keep going, the quicker you get there, and then it's done. So the more effort you put in, the more you get out. If you can spend that hour a day in good, solid, income-producing activity, you've done more than enough. You know, it might be in 2 half-hour blocks, but you've got to keep going, that grit and determination to get there. I think they were the main ones that I would say. So what else have we got? Leadership academies. Pop in the chat if you've got your ticket for the Leadership Academy for our Amazing Nation on 7th of July. I've got mine. Cannot wait to go there. That's going to be incredible. If anybody went to the one back in January in Birmingham, Carol and Chris Isles were doing that. That was incredible. That was the first Arbonne event that I actually went to. That was my first big experience of a training, a conference. It was unbelievable. There were so many people there. Again, we heard from area managers, we heard from regional vice presidents. Amazing Danny was the keynote speaker, absolutely blew the room away. And she was like a celebrity at the end. Everyone was coming up wanting pictures, photos. Danny, can we have a selfie? It was, yeah, she was absolutely amazing. But again, you get to hear stories, because not everybody in Arbonne knows Danny, so not everyone would know her story. So again, you've got people that go, well, do you know what? That's me. I can relate to that. That resonates with me. I know I've been through that myself. I've been through something similar. And again, we heard from lots of area managers who were trying to promote up to region. We heard from district managers that were new district managers. We heard from people that were going for area qual. We heard from lots and lots of people. Again, it's different stories. I got so much from that. There were quite a few book recommendations from that training that came out as well, like the 10X rule and Get Over Your Damn Self was another one. And I think it's things like that. You get tips, because we share things in our group. We share, oh, you should read this book. I've read this book. You should read it. But actually, when you hear from other nations and other teams, you get a lot more, because there's even more knowledge going around. There's even more experience. People that have done different things. People that you think, oh, well, nobody in my team's done that, but they've done that, and I can resonate with that. But there might not be anyone in your team that's the same. So that's, I think that's something really, really important. That's why these days are absolutely amazing. What else have I got? The Vice President Retreat. Obviously, I've not been to that one. Danny, what's the Vice President Retreat? Is that sort of similar to AMR, but for Vice Presidents and above?
Yeah. So when I went to my first one, I'd literally just promoted like on month end. So whatever the month was, I think I promoted the end of June, and VP retreat was like 2 days later. Yeah. So I didn't really know what was going on, and it is all the VPs in the whole of the UK. But I would say that it's really, really upmarket. Like Arbonne head office pay for it, and you get my cat's here. You get like treated like royalty. So we're staying in the Titanic Hotel this year. Last year we stayed in Chesterford Grange. Like, we always stay in these really beautiful manors, and you get all your food included. They paid I think £8,000 last year to hire the private waiters that we had sing at my nation party, the Greatest Showman ones.
Wow.
But there was more of them. I think I had 2 at my nation party, and there was about 8 of them. So they have all that. They've had, can you guys remember the TV show called Fame Academy? It was a bit like, oh, my cat. A bit like X Factor, but fast. however many years ago. Can you remember the woman, I think her name was Carrie, with the red hair, and the guy, so they hired them one year to come in and teach us how to not be nervous, how to be confident, how to own it. That was really good. They've had like so many different celebrities like on that level. I don't know whether you call them B-list celebrities or not. Yeah, they've had loads of different people come in that they've paid for just to come and train us, and it's incredible. So VP Retreat is very, very posh. You feel like you're royalty. It's really, really upmarket, but definitely one that everyone should aspire to be at.
Fabulous. So that's the thing. Obviously, I didn't get to area manager retreat this year, so that's my next year. I'm going to that. Like Arizona, I want to go there next year because again, you get to hear from amazing speakers. It's people that are in our success line. I think, did Debbie Neal talk at? Was it Debbie Neal? Oh no, it was Donna Johnson. That's it. Donna Johnson was it.
Was paid to fly in and talk at VP Retreat that's just gone.
Wow. Yeah, you do. I mean, at our nation training, we've got Victoria McHugh as well, haven't we? And she was at GTC and we saw her walking the stage, and it's just so nice to see these people and also see how normal they are as well. And they've had a normal life and they've had a normal background. Some of the speakers at GTC, they've had personal tragedies in their life that they've had to deal with. And I think everybody at some point can relate to that. They've had a personal tragedy. To see these people are normal. I think another thing as well, when you go to something like a district manager training or the area manager retreat, you hear people's light bulb moments, you hear their aha moments and why they wanted to get into the business in the first place. Everybody's why is slightly different. We've all got that why. But hearing other people's, I think it's really interesting. And you come away with something, I think, different every time you go. I mean, I said, I've only been to one district manager day because I've only been with the company since November. Get me 3 years down the line, I think every time I go to a district manager, I'm going to come away with something different. Every time I go to area manager retreat, I'm going to come away with something different. Every time I go to GTC, I'm going to come away with something different. My head is literally exploding with everything I've got from GTC, which is incredible. I'm going to go next year, and again, I will come away with some completely different things that I probably didn't come away with this time. And it's that resonating with other people as well, and just you pick up little bits, and I just think it's absolutely amazing. DAs as well are another essential. If you go to a Discover Arbonne, the more you can go to, the more you learn how to present the business. They are just as important as these training days that we go on, because the training days are great for building your business, but actually the DAs are pretty much your building block, because you need to know how to present the business to then go and build your business. So you get all the ideas from GTC, from AMR, from DM Day. You get all the ideas of what you can do to implement different bits and pieces to make your business grow. But if you don't go to the Discover Arbonne and you don't get the basics, I think that's a real building block. So I'm hosting at the Peterborough one on Wednesday. I'm going to the Leicester one on Thursday. So I've made it my mission to go to at least 2 every month, just so that I can learn. Because I'm still new, I still get very nervous presenting, so I need to build up my confidence doing that. And I think the more I go to them, you hear like the Leicester DA, you hear Danny talk, you hear Ali talk, you hear Jade talk, and everybody will present it in a very slightly different way. So I think it's getting the best way for you to present it, because it's like if you copy a post from somebody else on Facebook, they put a post on and it doesn't sound like you, maybe it's not believable that it's you. So I think the more you hear it from different people, you kind of pick and choose how you would present that yourself. As long as you're getting the information across, it's so lovely to hear it from other people, to hear their version of the Discover Arbonne and go, actually, yeah, I'm going to mention that, and I need to mention this, but I'm not going to say it like this, I'm going to say it in a different way, if that makes sense. The roadshow, who's got a ticket for the product roadshows in June? Raise your hand or pop it in the chat. So the first one is Coventry, which I'm going to the Coventry one. That's this next week. So a week this coming Saturday. There's another one in London, and there's another one in Glasgow. Predominantly, they are going to be the new product trainings. So we're going to see all the new products that have come out from GTC, which are amazing. I can't wait to dive in and try them, to be honest. I'm really excited. I've not opened them yet. I want to do a live tomorrow on my page for it. So they're sitting in my case unopened, which is really bugging me, but I want to do it on my page. So we're going to learn a lot more about the new products there, which is going to be incredible. So if there's a new product come out, obviously you need to know information about the product, because one of the products that come out in Las Vegas that was announced there, obviously there's some quite specific bits with that. So it's the spot, the my brain's gone, sorry, the spot control. You can't use it every day, for example. You have to use it every 3 days or something. So you need to be able to tell people the right things. We've got the source, but when you actually hear somebody talking about the product, I think you get more out of it than just reading from the source. So the product roadshows are absolutely essential if you can get there, because you're going to learn so much about them. So other things, obviously you've got incentive trips that you can go on. So you've got, obviously if you get to national vice president level, you get to go to Maui. Not everyone can go to everything. So obviously area manager is for areas and above, regional vice president retreat is VPs and above, Maui is MVP. So you've always got to aspire to the next level, because you just get more and more and more and more out of it. So some of them are obviously available to everybody. So the product trainings, the road shows, GTC, AAC, available to anybody that wants to go, whereas you've got specific ones like the district manager training, the area training, that are only for that level. So if you really want to go to Arizona and learn everything from the VPs and the areas at Arizona and the MVPs, you have to get to area manager. So it's a good, if you really want to go to something, if your target is Arizona, you know what level you need to be at for that. If your target is Maui, I'd love to go to Maui, so I can't wait to be national vice president to go there. That's my target. In a couple of years I will be there. So it's good to aspire to that next level as well. The VP retreat sounds absolutely incredible. So area manager, next year I'm going to the area manager retreat, and I will be going to the VP retreat as well. So I've set myself that target by next year. I will be going to that as well, because then you just know you're going to get so much more out of it. So I think that's really about all I've got to say on that. All I would say is anything you can go to, do it. It's an investment in your business. The price of them is very reasonable for what you get. I mean, the product training we went to in February was about £5. It was really, really cheap. The road shows are at £50, and that's an investment in your business, because you're going to learn so much and you're actually going to get so much out of it. I look at it, it's not a cost that's, oh, I'm going somewhere for a day out and I've got to pay all this money. It's actually an investment in your business, especially if you're trying to grow your business and you want to learn more and more and more. It is worthwhile investment, definitely. GTC, yes, it's not the cheapest trip, but it's so worth it. Definitely one to go for. AAC have got the payment plan, so if you haven't booked a ticket yet, you can do it. I think whether the 4-month one is still available, but you can certainly do a 3-month plan, so you can break the plan up so it's not as expensive to go, so you can break the cost up, or you can pay for it in one go. They do it so it's affordable to go, because it is such an amazing experience. So has anybody got any questions or anything they want to ask, or anything before I finish? You will have to bear with me. My eye bags, I can see them in the screen. They're huge. Emma, how are you doing, my lovely? How far are you off? Are you nearly there?
Hiya.
Hello.
We've got about 4,000 left to go.
Woo!
I'm not actually as pale as this. I have got rescue my new mask on.
That's,
So
right.
that's why I look a bit scary.
Well, do you know what I thought you had when you came on? Because I could see patches, and I thought
I was going blotchy.
It's dried since I've been talking.
Yeah, it's dried, and now I've just got a bit stiff.
That's right.
I'm preparing for all the new products to come tomorrow. You see, that's the idea.
Can't wait to get those new products done. I've not even opened my box. I'm guessing I was like, my box is still on my suitcase because I want to do a live opening of it on my
I can't wait. So yeah, so I've got about 4,000 left to do. So I've got new products coming tomorrow. I've got 2 launch parties this week. So on Wednesday afternoon and Thursday morning, I've got like an open house where I've got loads of people coming round to try the new fish sticks, to try to do to try the skin elixir and to play with all of the products and everything, and I'll be doing some really good offers. So hopefully get some good amount of QV from that.
Amazing.
I've got I'm going to do a live party, Facebook party as well with the new products.
Yeah.
Got a couple of people interested in doing the 30 days as well, because I'm going to be doing that again next month. So I'm rallying around people to come and do that with me. So
you got this.
I've got to do it. I've been sitting at DM for 3 years.
Yeah.
And I am sick to death of being a district manager.
There's a message on here for you actually from Danny on the chat. It says, what made you decide on May the 1st to go area? So what sort of changed for you? What was your mind shift?
Oh, I've just got to prove it. I think I've got to prove it to myself. I've got to prove it to people watching me, because I mean, I've had various levels of support, as everybody does. You know, thankfully I've never really had the major haters, apart from my other half, who just thinks it's all a load of rubbish. But you know, even the people that are just watching me, and you know, they're clients, and it's like, oh, have you done it yet? Have you got the car yet? Have you? And it's like, no, not yet. And it's just getting cringy that I've maintained my district for years, and it's great that, you know, I've not dropped down, and my team has recycled several times, and yeah, exactly, I'm bored of doing it. And it's like, for God's sake, you know what, I see all of this stuff, and I see area manager retreat, and I see the white party, and I'm like, man, I am missing out on all
the white
of
party
this.
was amazing. It was absolutely amazing there.
Yeah, it's just, I just need to do it. I need to do it for the income.
Yeah.
You know, and I need to do it to prove to the world that I can do it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people are watching me and thinking, well, is she really going to do it? How's she going to do it? She's not been really doing that much. She's still where she is. So yeah, I need to prove it to myself as well that I can do it.
Yeah, grit and determination. You got this. What else have we got in the chat? So Paula can relate to what you're saying. So obviously that it's the trainings and things. It's an investment in yourself. So right, it's not just for your business. It's in yourself, because it's your business. You own the business. So if you're investing in your business, you're investing in yourself as well. Totally right. Oh no, Amber, you're okay. Yeah, we can all take a leaf out of your book, Emma. I think that's it. Yes, I did. Thank you, Danny. I keep forgetting to say that to people. So I played The Secret. If you haven't seen The Secret on YouTube, you have to watch it. That Secret movie is incredible. First time I watched it, I must admit, I thought I'd got the wrong thing, because I thought it was a film. When it came out, I thought I was going to be watching a movie, but then it was all these people talking. Am I watching the right thing? I watched it anyway, and the next day I had a message from someone interested in the business. I thought, whoa, okay, that's a bit spooky. So I watched it when I was going AM Qual. I watched that every single day, and I listened to Jake Ducey as well. He's like a surfer dude with long hair. He's quite mesmerizing to watch, and he's incredible. So I watched him as well.
He's lovely to watch.
Yeah.
His hypnosis is amazing, and I tell you what, his hypnosis. Sorry, I'm interrupting you now. His hypnosis, I do that morning and night, and it absolutely bloody works.
Yeah.
Because since I've been listening to that, I think there's loads of things, and this is another good one as well, which I'm reading. Asking It's Given, Esther and Jerry Hicks. Since I've been doing all of this, and it takes some time, I've had money pop out of nowhere. I had like £5,000 pop out of nowhere.
Wow.
I had then a PPI come through out of nowhere, and just stuff coming out of nowhere. And it's just... yeah, I've been talking about it, been going on about it for years and years and years. But and I think I think this is where I've been going wrong, and what's been holding me back is the self-belief and the vibrational level. I've been vibrating at a district. Yeah. And I need to raise it up. And I've had to deal with a lot of self-worth issues as well, which I think we all have to deal with. And I think when you start confronting those, I think that makes a big difference as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, anything like that that's going to raise your vibration up is just, that's just a massive, massive thing. And you saying about The Secret, I had The Secret on in the car yesterday, and I've been watching it as well. And this morning I'd sent out a message to somebody who she's over in New Zealand, and we'd sent one message because we'd met on Facebook group or something. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
And I sent her a message to say hi, and she does Reiki on horses, and she's got a little girl who's about 2.5 as well. And I sent her a random message the other day just saying, hi, you know, I know this is really random, but you live in New Zealand, I'm expanding my business over there. I just wondered if you know anybody who's into health and wellness, because obviously that's the kind of thing you're in. Would you mind taking a look? And that was last week or a couple of weeks ago. I got a random message back from her this morning saying, I'm really sorry I've not got back to you. Yes, absolutely. Please send me the video.
Perfect.
So, you know, all of this stuff that you have to believe that you're manifesting it, and just keep doing it and doing it. And one of the brilliant things, and I thought, right, I've got to do this today. One of the things in this book that she says to do, that if you feel overwhelmed with everything as well, which I really feel like sometimes there's so much stuff going on, I'm like, how the hell am I going to get all that done?
Yeah.
She said one of the things that they do, one of the exercises, is you get a piece of paper and you draw a line down the middle of it. And on one side, you put things for me to do, and on the other side, you put things for the universe to do.
Yeah.
So then on the side that you write down, you're going to write down the action steps that you're going to take. So, for example, inviting people to look at the video, inviting people to come to an event, sharing this, sharing that, all the things, the activity that we actually do. And of course, we can't control the outcome, can we?
No,
but
that's it.
if we are putting the wrong energy into the outcome, so if we're thinking, oh, I'm going to invite 10 people to this party, but probably none of them will come, and even if a couple do come, they're probably not going to buy anything anyway, and we're having that negative vibration, that negative influence to it, that's what we're putting out there. So just put down the stuff that you're going to do, and then in the side that you're asking the universe to deal with, put your other stuff. So, you know, I'm going to invite 20 people. I want 15 people to come, please, and I want 10 of those people to buy it, and I want and let the universe deal with it, because that's not
great
for us
tips.
to deal
If we
with.
all follow that, we're going to be popping out areas and regions left, right, and centre, aren't we?
Exactly. It is not for us to deal with other people's decisions.
That's it.
If we put it out to the universe will put things together to get it to come in the right place.
Yeah. But Danny's just put on here, the girl in Vegas, was it Annie? Somebody, I can't remember which girl it was. She only started her business last year. Annie Graff, that's it. She started her business last year. She met her sponsor through Instagram, and they both hashtagged pineapples. Random thing to hashtag, but it shows how this works. They randomly hashtagged pineapples, connected through pineapples on Instagram, made friends, and then she told her about Arbonne. Annie joined, and she's making £60,000 a month. You know, a year later from joining. So it just shows sometimes it doesn't even have to be a business thing. It can be just something random. You know, I feel like going on a hashtag in mango or something like that and seeing where I go with it. You never know. It might be something completely random.
You just never know.
But yeah, I think Danny will be 12 wide in no time. If you like to see the style, we'll be popping out areas and regions if we follow all these top tips. It'd be incredible. So has anybody got any more questions about the events and things like that before I finish? Because I think I've got to be off the call in a couple of minutes anyway. Emma, we're all cheering you on. You're going to be absolutely incredible. You're going to smash it because you've still got 10 days left. So
thanks, guys.
So going to do it.
Well, I'm aiming, I'll put it out to all of you guys. We're aiming to complete by the weekend. So by the end of this week, I want to get that 4,000 in the bag.
Yeah.
So that next week we can still keep powering through.
It's the bonus week,
take the pressure off for next month.
That's it. It's a bonus week, and you need to do it in 2 months as well. Anyone who's an IC who's going to go to district or a district going to area, I think you need to promote in 2 months, because if you do it over 3, you've just got more to do. Mm-hmm. And if you do it in 2, it gets all out of the way. It's like ripping a plaster off. It's done, and that's it then. I think because I had, when I went area core, it was end of March. And I thought, crikey, if I don't complete in April, I've got to complete in May. And I knew I had GTC coming up. And obviously can't be I've been sending messages to people, I've been putting posts on, but you can't be in complete activity while you're over there because you're in conference. You need to concentrate on that. So I was like, I don't want to do it in 3 months. I've got to do it in 2 because otherwise I'm going to lose a week. So yeah, I think you've got to do your
Well, that's the other thing. That's why I need to finish in June. Because I can't keep going till July because we hit school holidays middle of July.
You need to be at the Ritz anyway. To be
Exactly.
All right.
So I can't be doing with having to complete in the middle of school holidays with kids off, and that's half of the month. That's just going to do my head in. So that's it. So yeah.
So I'm going to finish there, I think. Like I said, top tip: if you haven't got your AAC ticket yet, book it.
Yes, Danny. Sorry. Yes, I am definitely walking the stage.
Oh yeah, and you get to see me and Emma and Zinzi walking the stage, and anyone else that decides to pop out an area in between. So we'll be walking the stage. So if you haven't got your ticket for AAC, that's the main reason to get the ticket, of course, to see us walking the stage. Jen's
I've got
told
my
me
green
all in the
dress
wrist.
already.
I'm practicing my waves, all in the wrist. So yeah, that will make everyone's business explode even more. Those of us that have been to Vegas, we've got so much to implement. Those of you that couldn't go to Vegas, you've got AAC, which is your chance now to do exactly the same as we've done. So if you haven't got your ticket for that, get one. If you haven't got your ticket for the roadshow, you need to get a wriggle on and get your ticket for that as well, because they are going to be incredible. I think the Leadership Academy might be sold out now, if I'm right. I think it probably is. I'm guessing it must be. But yeah, if not, if there's another Leadership Academy comes up that you get a chance to go to, then go. So just go to as many trainings, roadshows, DAs as you can, because the more people you hear from, the more experience you get, and the more you can resonate with people and go, oh yeah, well I've experienced that. That's what I can do in my business. So definitely top tips. So if nobody has got anything else to say, I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to drink my fizz before the 9 o'clock call. I'm so tired. I think I've been up for about 30 hours now. I'm rocking about 30 hours, but I'm not going to go to bed until about 10 because otherwise I'm just going to, I need to get back onto UK time now. But so I'm going to say cheerio to everyone, and I'll see you on the 9 o'clock. Thank you. I'm going to have to stop this. There we go.